Give me a good gym story.
Good gym story. Holy, what kind of story? Like sparring?
I mean, you've spent half of your life in a boxing gym, so I mean, there should be a story that probably comes to your mind where you're like, "Oh, do you remember that one time?" Like, I don't know, a barbershop story from the gym.
Hmm, that's a good question. I'm a gentleman in the ring in sparring, so nothing usually gets out of hand. Um, Only one time. Actually, you know what? I could tell you a story. My first time ever sparring. You're gonna love this
There.
one. So I was a bully, right? Like I just wanted to fight kids. And when I was grade 9, I remember people always used to tell me when you go to high school you're gonna get beat up, right? And I'm just like, good, I can't wait. Like let's fight. And I remember in grade 9, I had a problem with this kid, or he had a problem with me, whatever. He was in grade 11, so he's a couple years older than me, and he was way bigger than me. He was probably 30, 40 pounds heavier than me, and a lot taller than me. And we had a problem at school. And at the time, I just started boxing, right? I'd just been boxing a few months, and this is like the first month of high school. And he shows up at the boxing gym, and my coach Billy Irwin at the time came up to me and he said, "Hey, do you want to spar this guy? He wants to spar you?" And I said, "Hell yeah! Like let's do it." And I never sparred before, so I didn't know how to spar. To me, it was a street fight. This guy wants to spar me. He wants to fight me. So I ended up getting geared up, and I ended up. I didn't know how to throw a jab, so it was all right hands, all big fucking right hands, and I'm just trying to rip this kid's head off. I was just way too fast for him. I was a better athlete, and I gave him a beating. Like just gave him a beating. It was, and his headgear was flying everywhere, and I was still swinging at him. And everyone that was watching, like the coaches didn't like that, right? Like who the hell is this cocky kid walking in the gym, like a bully, right? Trying to kill people. So I destroyed this kid in one round, gave him two black eyes, like just a beat down. And Billy Irwin, he was an ex-professional fighter, ex-Olympian too. He takes the kid out of the ring, and Billy puts the gloves on and hops in the ring. And I'm like, what the heck? All right. So I'm starting to spar Billy, and Billy's just got his hands up, just guard up, and I'm bombing at him. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm beating up the coach. What the fuck's going on, right? I'm swinging bombs, and he's just blocking. And I'm like, what? Why isn't he throwing punches back, right? I just didn't get it. And at the 30-second bell rang, 10 seconds was up, and he just, boom, left hook to the body. And I went down. I'm like, oh my God, right? I'm on the ground, and I remember I was like, what the heck was that? I didn't know what he hit me with. And I was on the ground, didn't get up. And I remember going home that night, and I said, holy man, I got to learn how to hit someone like that. Like that was paralyzed me. I couldn't believe it, right? First time ever getting hit with the left hook to the body. And I showed up the next day, and I told Billy, I said, I want to learn how to throw that punch. Like that killed me. And yeah, that's when I knew I wanted to fight. And that's when they realized this kid's a fighter. Like most kids wouldn't come back, right?
Well, that